as required by NJSA 10.426, known as the Open Public Meeting Act, notice meeting was provided in the following manner. On January 3rd, 2025, there was supposed to be specified time located was transmitted on the start with so in the comments. We're gonna talk prayer prep. Yeah. Well, thank you tonight. Bring us together a little bit. Let's demonstrate first in this way. Balance, levels, carry lift up balance, work, called us to be all of the move. It's not the 80s guys, but make United States of America. So we're going to with all this effect, want to make that under God and the Jersey law, liberty, and justice, all the French. Roll call, Commissioner Carter. Yes. Commissioner Council. Commissioner Washington. Right there. Commissioner Upton. Chairman Moore. Area 1. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, in the Order 1, Newark College Way opens every public meeting with comments of the couple. Each person you can speak at the meeting will go ahead 3 minutes. You speak on 8 subject, 1 on meeting. All speakers must state their name and address to the record. However, in accordance to NJSA 10.412, nothing shall construe the expression of the public body permits permitted or regulated participation at the meeting. It was advised as the Newark College must not make any comments for purposes to communicate obscene material, make statements that are considered bias and affiliation, which occurs in intimidating individual or group that equates color, religion, gender, age, sexual orientation, or makes comments related to equal rights or speaking at this level. The person makes statements that relinquish their life 3 minutes. The public suck. A person persists in keeping out of turn or interrupt the peace in order to meet a swear off the rivers. Our first speaker this evening is Rosemary Look.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm Lieutenant President of Claremont Village, 8245. And I could speak of the resident, he didn't white, and I want to start out with the manager, Shante Coleman. Shante Coleman is the manager that needs to be able, because for simple reason, she can be in their office and put a sign on the door saying closed. But she gets a paycheck, it's her job to deal with the resident. You can call, she'll let it go to the phone, to the answer machine. Okay? What I'm not going to tolerate is the fact that she goes the line saying, I'm threatening her, she's going to sue me. All of this is unnecessary. The residents, we have never used our community room. Mr. Pfeiffer, I called you, and you had me. You never came up there to walk the ground with us. Claremont Village is going under. It already went under. And we don't need that. Because if it's going to go under, then it needs to be closed. Shante had putting people out of their house. Okay? In one day, and take their furniture and set it on the street. I have a witness to it. Okay? I am. Also, Ms. Watson, you gave me a phone call about coming up to walk through, or with saying that it was doing inspection. Okay? You left a voicemail on my phone saying that I contact Mr. Spider, and I told him that y'all could come because I had a personal thing going on up there. Also, you call my vice president and tell her you wanted to walk the transit with her. Everything has to come through me. And if you're gonna do it that way, then guess what? I will step down and let Sheila Davis have it. Okay? We also got trailers in the back of us. People park anywhere they want to. I have gotten robbed before they came here. Those trailers need to be moved. Because when you come out in the night, you can't either get in those trailers or in the handicap spot. That when it used to be full, but we full now. Okay, it's 7 parking spaces. It's 1 parking space per house. Okay, we don't have it. We used to have a dumpster up there. That got taken away. Because you know why? She was upset with me. Also, a resident.
Ma'am, Annabelle? Annabelle? No answer. Lucius Jones? It's good afternoon, Commissioners. Chairman Logan, before you actually start the clock, I need a point of clarification. And what the clarification is, due to my previous discovery, once again, I'm asking for the combination of 2 extra minutes. Pursuant to Section 504 of the American Fiscal Act, like public accommodation, and no problem, sir. Thank you, sir. Commissioner, one thing before I get into the purpose why I stand before you, there's one thing, the obstacle and barrier just to get to the money. That is a violation of your disability law. No one with a wheelchair or any physical disability can get around these obstacles just to get to life. That really has to be addressed immediately, because someone can get injured, and it's not in the best interest of people who come up here, who need to come up here with a disability, that have to go through the obstacle barrier. I should be able to walk straight up to the mic and straight back without any obstacle barrier. I don't have this issue at the council meeting, the school board meeting, or anywhere else. But you notice that you can do more changing around of the room, you can accommodate anyone in the third, the whole matter than trying to go around home. But my second reason for appearing is communication. I was here in February, and I spoke before the commission, and I talked about communication. I think communication is very extremely important, especially in business. And I know the Newark Housing Authority is open for business, just like City Hall is open for business. But when you don't answer the phone, when you don't respond to email, meaning staff and administration, mine is Ms. Jones, by the way, the record book, the other is, right? I want to be clear that I said that. When I spoke to the director of housing, we finally connected. But we have to communicate with the residents of the city of Newark. It's no more than you can ask for that you can ask for in Somerville, or Cherry Hill, or Millburn. But when no one answers the phone, or no one responds to email, you got to do second request, third request, fourth request, just to understand and move people when we're almost doing pro bono in my office to help people complete the Section 8 voucher process. But we can't seem to get like a correspondent back or get the phone call back. Sometimes I got to push number 3 on communication just when he can transfer me somewhere else. This is unacceptable. While at the same time, your residents lose their voucher after the 3rd and 4th attempt of an extension. It's not fair to the resident. It's not fair to the voucher holder. You know, so my concern is, you know, I want to credit what credit is due, right? Mr. The executive director, I looked him up, I listened to you on YouTube and heard about the great things you want to do in New York and what you did in New York, Chicago. I'm saying we got to start here in Newark by being able to communicate with the residents, with the constituents. That is a very important process. I work with folks, you know, you wait till you look for 20 days, I wait 30 days. I landlord waiting for 60 and 90 days just to hear back from the Section 8 unit to find out 2 days later before they're gonna move in, you're missing the W-9 you filled out correctly. The director of the deposit fund is not filled out correctly. Why does it take 90 days to notify someone back and say, the document isn't filled out correctly? You know, maybe the plan is to make it automated, but when are we gonna get there? You know, if we're gonna get to that automated process, we are ready. The real estate, the realtor, and all of us are ready. But what happens is you have something called TRA, temporary rent assistance. They'll talk about welfare. And what landlords, when they hear temporary rental assistance, they run because they know that they're not going to get their money. We don't want to establish this type of rapport with Section 8 housing development. We have enough issues, enough homeless people in the street, and everyone that gets adopted should have an opportunity to enjoy their adoption. Despite what Trump said. What Trump said is what Trump said, right? What we need to focus on is what we can do right now to make sure everybody who's eligible for a Section 8 voucher can get a quality home, because I'm going to tell you something. It makes a difference where children live. It makes a difference of the quality of housing that they live in, along with their education. So I thank you for allowing me to speak today, and I hope that I was very clear. Thank you, Mr. John. Johnny Jackson. There are Derek Jackson. Met for a conference. Well, they not Jackson. From speaking, who did you got? Talking about this small people one with you. This is not for me on this white pond. Sorry, then it's yeah, I want more leverage at that. Can you think down Jackson? I don't believe this thing is not working at all. Homes are not really answered. Processes are not working. I had my daughter sign up today after my daughter signed up because she had now moved to apartments. Mess up in North Carolina, it's already like first about $2,000 and she only wants to do it because we expect to want them. And then young people down here tell them to figure out the reply over. That's not the rule of regulation. You make nothing rule of regulation that to go on. You have to stop doing that. Customer service call, if you don't allow the owner call. No answer, no resolution. I don't know what we talking to somebody in Canada or Cuba or wherever, but no resolution. The woman could tell us absolutely nothing. So why are we paying household renter who can't answer the NHA questions? And we can't get to anybody. Now, there are some exemplary staff, and don't put one, who get doctor people. You spend $2,000 who get doctor people. But it's not about that. The team is not a good team. We brought Mr. Spikeman in. I be concerned because things are not getting better. Communication is not happening. Tenants are not being implemented in the time back. If there is something going on, and I don't blame anybody individually, but if there is something going on at the federal level, we're not going to say nothing. Did you call for me yet? Did you call McIvory yet? What's the update? Because y'all taking vouchers away from folks. Like Trump called me last week and said, take 1,000. But that's what you do. You got people on the street that don't need to be on the street because of NHA's measures. There's nobody else. The recertification process is still the worst. I don't know what's going on in the brand problem. This wife can speak for herself, but again, paperwork, receipts for people,
the new law in New Jersey as a 2024 bill, at the time you pay your rent, you must get a receipt. NHA is not doing that in all Compton. I have seen some differences over on the other side of town, particularly the Southport area, where it's gotten a lot better with the receipt, but the rest of it is horrible. When you're taking someone to court, and I'm gonna close with this because I got 39 seconds, you guys are taking people to court for rents back from 2015. What are we doing? I know the community is doing it, but what kind of shim sham taking people to court for $10,000, $15,000 are we doing? And you're doing it. So please, let's try to do something. Let's try to do something. This thing is not working out, and people are being made homeless now because NHA is not following the process. Thank you.
Like your sister got to go. Okay, Howard. Yeah, I'm going. Evening. Yeah, boy. I'm here 2 months ago. I'm just in with the same issue for school. I'm trying to put a plan so I can get it off. In the last 3 months, I received 2 letters. One saying I had 30 days for seeking to fit the legal process because I owe an amount that I do not owe. I haven't gotten court date yet, but that's better for me. I am on the plan to get court as for the paper that I need. I got this eviction. I called the manager and asked her for a rent ledger and receipt. You should have been attached to the payment and not receipt. As you can see by the papers I gave you, she gave me a whole bunch of handwritten receipts that did not match what I gave her. I gave her too much order for mine. I have 4 orders to pay my rent and then the extra that was owed. So I told my lawyer to get 2 different money orders, and which is what I do. And let me also, in the last yesterday, I called and asked for the receipt for May and June. Still haven't gotten, still never wired me. When I do request the receipt, she goes, when did you pay it? I usually wait 2 days to get them a chance to get it, so we still need to drive. Oh, I had to go check the driver. And then it takes us 2 days after that to enter the receipt. I also got a letter saying that they wanted documents about 6 months ago from when I had to do a research. I spoke on a research last time. I turned it in by September 3rd. They wished they put another tank on my door right before Christmas break, and told me I had to have it in by the 30th or I would lose my voucher. So what I did was, I had print what I had already emailed and put it back in the file. It has just responded to me now about that. So I'm confused as to whether do I turn in these documents from 6 months ago, or am I good? I emailed Ms. Motley, she returned the email, and then I got an email from Ms. Lloyd and never heard from her again. Those people are the also people. So right now I'm at a standstill. I don't know whether I'm gonna go home and be locked out because they don't have documents. I don't know whether I'm gonna go home because they saying I need money and everything. And I got children, I'm stuck. I don't want to come home from work one day and can't get in my apartment. And I also have a question about semi employees. I was told that I had to be out of work for 4 months before I could change work. I need to answer on that too. Thank you. Thank you. Can we get no? No. But we need option. Kimbar. Then very false.
Before you start my time, I'd like to the Commissioner Carter and Commissioner Washington coming down to take a visit, and they have seen how awful the conditions are down here. And I like to say that that young lady that was up here, she was absolutely right. Because first and foremost, a question to them. Spicer, I want to know, do your director, Lord, want to know, how do they calculate the rent? We have residents there that have not yet received their portion of the rent. That this goes back to December, so she's absolutely right. They have not received what they're supposed to be paid. We are now going into July. I asked for to receive, how does she calculate my rent? Because I want to know. Because I want to know, through the HUD guideline, as of January, the deductions was $480 for your dependents, $525 for the elderly, and for the seniors. I asked for that. I did not get it. Then, like she said, when you ask for these paperwork, they send you letters, but they send that when you're doing your recertification package, they send you these letters, and they want this done. When you get this paperwork, they want these done in 2 days. But you don't get this done. Then you get, and it's really frustrating to me because you're being threatened when you get this done. It's threatened. And it's threatened. And then I also want to know is that last night we had the fireworks and stuff. I go to school. I am not, and I'm coming out my pocket for school. And I'm not getting financial aid. I pay rent for a safe, clean, and inviting. Just like this lady. She comes home from work. We don't want that. Okay? We need security. When we come home, we pay for this. Okay? We want something done. Okay? And I hate to say this, and this is just how I feel, and you may take it the wrong way, but I feel that these people, these staff that they have, they are contradictory, and they keep improving to me because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? It's proven bad. Y'all keep proving this to us. We're supposed to be on one accord, but you're not. You're not. Come on. Come on. And then that's just like the people that y'all got cutting this grass. I'm going to send Spicer and Mark me these pictures, and I'm going to send them to you over too. Because when they cut this grass, it's all over the place. And then, come on, you ain't cleaning it up. You guys all over. I'm done.
Thank you.
I'm done.
Thank you, good boss. Appreciate it. Margaret Brown.
Good evening. I do my first thing is that I want to talk about on the 29th of May, I received a call at 9:24 from Miss DJ telling me that there was a flood in the basement and she needed 2 documents from me and my sister. I said, okay, no problem. I went to her out. She said, she called me back at the 5 and said, he needs it like today. Technically, I called everybody and asked everybody knew it was a flood. Wasn't no flood. I don't know why she did it, but I know anybody who had a flood, why 2 people documents is missing out of my file and my sister's. I wound up talking to Mr. Phillip because I came down. I couldn't see nobody. He got the message and called back. I brought it to him, and he made a copy of the lease that he wanted, which was not the original landlord. I don't know what's going on, but I told her what she did to him. He said, you don't know why she said that. But why would she say that? That Thursday, she sit back there and seen me and started saying, well, Ms. Brown, I know y'all being ordered. If you need the paper, you need the paper. I don't have a problem with it. But don't lie and make up a story that didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. Because she was pressured, I guess. I don't know. But that was not nice enough to do. The second thing is that I had some pictures here of somebody living in the site that y'all had the contract to do these new apartments. The lady now in her bathroom, I specifically printed this out and I shared it so y'all can look at it. There's a mold. So now the manager tells her that they're gonna have 8 people break the wall, but she still gotta get a contract. You have another person in the town out there, floor messed up, mold. They still haven't fixed this thing ceiling. But we're giving money to these other people to help with doing our recertification online or whatever, where people are living in void situations. There's mold. You have mold in one of your buildings, and the back door, right by your security light, is a flood and it's mold. And that lobby stinks like something is dead. People are sitting there inhaling it. Why do we have to live like this when y'all get all this money? It's not fair to the people. You're not for people help. Kids, seniors, disabled people. Ain't nothing been done since we're gonna change the third person for the residents. Tell me if I'm wrong, I stand to be correct. And show us what you did for the residents to improve what the person before you messed up. Thank you.
I made it again.
I had something else for that, but just like you correctly they find this wall.
General. Whatever. That concludes the public comment for this session. You know, evening. As always, I don't believe it's the best course of action to address any vision concern that directors. Hopefully, it's that you don't go bit good stuff there. It's sort of violent. It's not but the personal being. But certain sort of individuals are happy we're reaching out with to address those violence. There's a couple of notes. Commissioners don't need to contact an association to visit projects. Commissioner government individual government body would see therefore that latitude to visit, to seek, to accept what this declared they want. That's our communicate with the commissioner. We always have to kind of come up in advance with us at the day of the operation because those visits shouldn't really be a lot. To the associate are going to be worse for the residents. They're an advisory council that needs that council immediate need ordered. So they're the executives and by that body can voice their opinions as well as the mechanism by which that body moves the executive office that can change that we will have as believe. So you do not have to worry about this, but the mission of the always to visit the property that you would like to, that is your authority as a commissioner with up to body. This building is in ADA compliance. This going to maybe shift a little bit, but we could definitely shift not too long ago. These shift against the wall, we create the straight for wall for TV, put those chairs back to the wall, and we'll right back into the box. We've had a number of people since I've been here, and Swan have been here, that they've been in wheelchairs, having board issues, and they've always operated together at this whole accommodates for any individual that those accommodated. As well, we are using 1 year option period for our health insurance doctor management. There's some conversations with the board as well. But you plan on putting the art out for because we have to do to solicit for that contract this late this fall. An item that we go to treat not will come to the board in the board center. Again, it does us no good to attempt to terminate someone now if you don't have someone new to come in to take their place. What you then do is cause a bad situation to get worse. So what we have done is allow Blackmail to use whatever tools and resources they need to improve their business process. At the end of this contract, they will not be able to say they will not give you full authority and opportunity to do everything that is necessary to ensure that our participants are able to execute the voucher that they have received. I understand that you all give these conversations meetings from the public on a regular basis. We don't have the ability to simply cut the lights off, say, hey, all y'all gotta go home, because who's gonna be there the next day? So what we do, what I do, is have regular communications with their director here, the managing director, to ensure that we are addressing the hiccups as they put along, to ensure that we are keeping things moving and find out how we can change what that timeline for be and hold the calendar for that. Right? And that's the best we can do at this juncture. But again, we will ensure that October, that the trees are that we do have opportunities to have other vendors come in, tell us what they could do, the topics that be better, and we'll hold that we pass here now accountable, whether they are doing or they are not. That's one of our speakers mentioned this morning. It's I'm pretty responsive to messages. So if there's a flood fire, I have no problem saying yes, it's great. I'm going to say that it wasn't making it totally a property with a fire. If there was no flood here, then the flood people they notified that there was some kind of damage to this property to all their things. So I just try to be straightforward with everyone. Sometimes I get the fans, sometimes it doesn't do things. But that is the reality of the situation. I had some participants mentioned they wanted to have access to how records were collected. I said, usually that information to them. There's a difference between involved community. I often tell people that I have no problem with their address. I've always communicated stuff. I have that addresses. You'll absolutely check that out. Again, it is oftentimes that people come here and give us some. What I always ask people after I leave this phone and after they leave this phone is just have a conversation, right? Everything may not have been glamorous if you talk to me or someone seen what's out on the side to get things done. But by coming here, people are able to voice their opinion. They're able to get on YouTube, get on Facebook and say, hey, I was there. But it doesn't necessarily drive the solution. Because I still have to go back to you to find out what it is that you're talking about. As opposed to someone to directly, you're letting me know what the problem is, and then I can help you fix it, and then they don't have to come up with it. So I'm all about finding solutions for problems, as opposed to appearing. That's like what my public finance looking done, when I'm still talking behind the scenes. They're actually look at you. Right? So we have to decide how we want to do things. And that mechanism that we're using is given us a desired result, which is a conversation I've had before this year. I think we'll be there earnestly have that conversation at next month forward of what we have heard consistently as a lack of customer service, a lack of communication, a lack of responsiveness, a lack of training from our savings. That we spent $250,000 last year to train all of our employees. And we're not going to the desired results from that money that we invest. So as we have had the conversations, we will continue to kind of dialogize across our teams and note what's happening versus what should be happening. We'll take the necessary personnel actions. But equally so, as you all are aware, it's a number of bigger items we have to determine if it is time for us to take. And what does that take to Because every day that they don't have to respond, is one day that someone's issue will be solved. And again, I don't hold anyone at fault for coming up there and being angry, because if you go home after working, after being in the streets, after hearing people treat you how they treat you, It's 99 degrees, 100 degrees, it's 3 degrees, it's 10 degrees. You want your house to be your peace, to be your sanctuary. If your house is not that, then we not fun. So I completely understand the third side. As an agency, contractual bargaining agreements, unions, etc., I can't sound a finger and change. But we are at a point we have to make those changes. And I think next month we can have that conversation about what that looks like, and then get your buy-in on how it's viewed. And I'll bring it back to you. Dr. Director, you want to have anything here? You know, yes, we'll be each picture. We discussed us the comment. One, that is a whole one of that subset issue, but yes, that is but just really specify the fact that we know that it's development that's happening, it's a development stage and awareness. We have power, then we should have method to make sure that development that's happening matches the input of any done around how everything works. And that's important because there is a lot of development that's not on the street. And we can't have new stuff to come in, but they keep their set out of the years. So level of working power like is well. So I feel we should most definitely should take a look at some of those things. And was I did have an issue about Section 8 that's out of out use position. When that things happen with Walmart is tough enough for people to move the lives of the parker was out. But people are buying the park and they're not getting into that apartment, it puts us back in the situation. You can't have to argue stuff or those buyers not properly because they create another cycle of homelessness, right? Because you have if you get into school push, you get the hospitals. Intentional or unintentionally, and when they're trying to get into it, and you cannot hear that place. I don't know when the system is, what if we need an emergency inspection or documents inspection. But I know from my perspective that every day, so I'm getting an abundance of calls, emails about the same particular issue. When I get an inspection, I don't know if I'm inspecting or place where people are moving around, so what the moment to look at that, inspecting their moment to, but long as said, I don't we have issues with the issues are over the line. I think that we want to clear those, making sure that we limit inspections, that's a lot of the mobile and reverse, making sure that the inspection are more intentional. I didn't understand that. But if it's just on the basic, well, we'll get to you when we get there, we have this whole, but this is a bunch of stuff. Or if there's an emergency, young people involved, children involved, bring out this word and speed it and think us that becomes possible. Because I always have a belief that we can flow this under the same thought. If everyone is not talking about the same thought, and the system that we in, then we are going to have a large problem. And then I would say at some point, hopefully, makes me why there's a lot of, anticipation about whoever this type of stuff is going, not really flowing, just to give us perspective, possibly, what over some of the initiatives that come up with the best stuff and talk about over $4 million cuts to the earned service and Section 8, what that look like, and the best tripping wall to how this started. It's also more good that's happening. And to be expected so and then update with this the apartments. I know there's for apartments that we still fixing down Broadway, but then there are just an abundance of Darrow, Chapel, Converter, Rick, this vacant. What is the timeline? Get those about money. So that's those fixes, all those vacant and abandoned that taking care of the long care, the maintenance around those ends, that change of the speed. I'm making notes on the track. Yes, there was. I would like to take up to about the laws. This is the section of the alphabet that has been finished. So now we will expect, okay, they were most of things in self. Others, others not me. So they could copy was that in expect so they don't run at the same time. So I think I think about that. Over this year, we have we open the inspection of the city business. Back in Johnson City business and then show they can notify them that section. And ask them to expedite those inspections and what properties you get section and how critical it is for those inspections. Sign of a response from the city by what. Okay, so no, I was thinking about the rise of the thoughts with missing soccer soon, and I'll circle back. Is there something specific that they're looking for this about? Well, okay, let's let you know. Well, I'm about to see a broken, and you can't be rejected with the defensive. I need to down. The change the scene, that's the light on the card is broken. I'm going to keep down, get it before the work. Okay, God, some of it are now full. There are leaks in some buildings. That's why they are not operating. So by understanding, but I understand that's the stuff out of pipe and broken stuff. I don't know, but it's not just a thought. That's that you want. I do it now. Okay, you know, it's like, I'm sure about every site, so it's like, so, we can't fix it unless you kill it, so let's deal with the problem, it's still fixed. Well, that's not a factual statement. I've been in some senior people, I'm going to work and find. So it helps us, once again, right, that digital thing here. What? Not that word. Not enough. Okay. So out of 57 buildings, we have two. So I want to sit stacked around the 57 buildings in your support. I want to make sure we know exactly where it's happening and our resources here to address. I will make sure staff are there tomorrow to address those two problems. If there's others communicate with me, I'll make sure the staff get to those spots. If you want us to inspect all 57, I will have to do that and understand it will direct the work. It's you are the commissioner or you are to wall storage. No, that's good. And also, if any eyes come up, right? Yeah. I will be well. And I will do more factors. And I will stop. It's not a problem. Okay. Here, should be more out like it. That's true. Says, okay, then we will ask the injury bounce actually about what's not, and gets a clarity or what's the what, what's the bad, or what's taking so long. Inspection. We just have some earnest thoughts about that. Don't drink it. Copy that. You guys see me? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That we are being aware of the that's about the you have great progress and you go on being organized now have full staff of inspectors who are involved in doing reflection, we have upgraded the now tablet, where one of the issues was initially all of the reflections were being done manually on the network. The writers such as the bot that got done. They have put in template that was up with the yard to be able to complete the box and now the inspection was done, it was about to be printed out. Well, now we have this stuff wisdom, so they are now going out. Once they do the inspection, they have to have their into the data and they're seeing as they are being entered. Once they complete that, it's like a tablet that now falls straight into the RD where information being built no longer up to the line, slowly on the fridge. Because when it was all paper, we were hired to maintain special backlog of inspection on intern of trying to keep up with the backlog and monitor that spreadsheet and grow up with the inspections that were being completed. Now they are actually directly and doesn't affect our home and it's on level. They're smart, so that way that not all the stuff that got it training. We have a training that they did here with the inspection team that was really and put the data and the gallery. So that's another thing we project and move forward. We also now have an approved guys, you all first. You all will got working on the software CE and arrows that we got, which is software which will then now affect our voucher issue. That will be where the rack permit eight of them put in. Now, what happened previously, there were, I'm gonna say, find out, don't, they'll, okay, well, this one, you this, that, all, this information is not accurate, capital C, go back something. Now, when the software system has been implemented, they will not be able to enter that data all of the banking. So they'll be able to check this risk. They will know in time that you can't get it in the director, narrating what is missing, what needs to know. You won't be accepted. Those won't be processed until it is all actually completed. Really, we'll look at that one. Well, we didn't have a lot of those landlords who are civilian, naturally HCA, not complete measurements as well. Just like when you have participants who are submitting certifications that they were fixed up so the instrumentality of there are the required we have to go by when the issue of estimate to the still match on where we have to make sure that the government side we're going to actually find out that's why will be done. We'll expect the news to find that the language on the support to their community. And within the spectrum, go up and find us is not actually to their vote. It's one that it's like very the conversion all to make that correct. Well, the suffering attack, I couldn't look way through the property that can't be accepted. So therefore, we have to reject those this vast and affect others. So now, with these properties, crying about the way you go to the process of electronic development can expedite something. So I hope that we will have this for much more smooth, real close. I would say they're related now. You all look good. Well, I also have the dog as a vessel. She was our company with five. Unfortunately, that delay is as against dog seeds. Can't say that as you say, oh, let's another back out the conversion. All stay with her, but we have to let it be got to just that folks now first there was offer so let's a change. We are now changing the well. That's why we get the software they should have possibly let it up. So after the second, we got Bob. Yeah, Bob, I'm expected. But one thing and it goes, emergency inspection of the business, I had to like that to let's say a week, there's something where there's mold, there's a electrical issue, something that we unfathomable, there's this emergency step in the doctor, there's that's all that is that we have a concern about the guidance, your like seven, so all my parents go one way, you are like reduced by answer like that, to like mobile vector, electrical issue, rather than more property damage. Those in care, especially that like breakthrough the gap, those were urgently have to address me. But you want to do a process over the option 90 days, bond of the bond. Correct. Now, even with not 90 days bond of the bond, right? I bonded the smart in 25 days. I provided information back for inspection. So on get the rate we go expect. But the place where I'm saying, we have certified that now, according to the same time as the inspection of lack of the inspection is starting to, what could that mean as it was that someone go out to check the spot? Because someone now actually vacated the place and they have a place to go, but we have inspection. The inspection said, I told these on down line. Well, first of all, we know all it's left outlines that get about those inspections will grow up to be on the avenue game goes like that. However, that I think was talked about this is thinking of talk about emergency. That situation is a little change feeling on persistent. But it's they say that that's the 12 months and they're eligible to move to relocate. They'll give a notice to the landlord that the other stuff moving there off the stop and if at that time that landlord you know in that case I left out at that time they are left. There's no longer a point where they are obligated they have to get you back that's the month left. So that's the way I find it. If they are having this, I think it's in this one, it's in it for this that was that was the reasonable or appropriate stuff. They are affected at that time it costs totally not. So the clock stopped. So that 90 days, so let's say they got day 30, they're about when they try to the next day once they regardless of the length of time, this was a process and government right into the thing for not eligible. Now that costs so much time, which will hold. So once you find out, let's say 50 days for cost printing, you find out was that you not take expensive the rent the land on the back price reasonable, then that clock will start. They will notify that what's notified that you stuff go. Now clock will start. So now are back on. So about 2 days are how many cores we want to get about. And so that costs total. They won't be allowed to have that full 90 days. And I was that we are also offers inspection. You allow fixes that go get them more find it. But it's a year active 13 joining us there private actually just call us and contact us. We can go on the spot that we will get this more time, this like us for basically any look will be paid. Actually, then 2003 back to 5 and we have the lots of practice. That's practice. That's pressure. that we have been actually extending, and that we have, I can look up, find out how many all correct, that's great, but we have to negate, happen just so that they can, have the opportunity to find it, either in low class environment, like that was strict, they especially have participants who are after the instruction, who was that, that you had, every opportunity to find it. Now, there are certain cases where you have one particular rule, you get the opposite. Unfortunately, you never hear, you know, the top of the time, like to have a other education. Then there's several weeks of people sometimes that say with over this month with black students already expired. And now they're talking about pretend. I have this, the curtain. You never submit for the limit. How many, the loss, how much effort they get. Aside to don't break after, and at that time, that probably expired, that not offered. There's no reason. There are limits on the new offers on their thing, mitigating circumstances. There no, which someone is hospitalized or the other, but being responsible for anything else of being able to search for an agreement at that time, know that this is little was so your average turnaround time for an inspection now will be what? No, I was sure that average turnaround time before the inspection out. I know that I think it's also just have now, but have not here are in April, May. I think January, February, fall up now. I'm not sure if they're in Marxist. I can look, I don't need that on that. But the turnaround had these area now making progress in that full step. And we have software that we simple about allow them to go a lot. So every case, like one of the speakers for the person you need a voucher, but they don't everything that is supposed to go with you then change that agency offer shit. They are in our picture. That would be better. I would have myself with you rather than how much what parts of the democracy in so process you gotta look at process of inspection like two or what it starts out in one person decides to move to another location and find the process of inspection, or when the person comes and gets the voucher mission and still has to aid in that final information, but does not get the inspection back or person or artist that it's the way for information for folks inside and I'm not really practice to this level from young. Yeah, you do something out of love. Some of that's my skills apart. But again, it was just back to respond to look questions to the shop, look forward to the about what climbing with that question about our that time of issue. What we exactly about it, so that over also keep all of our paperwork and everything will know about this stuff what we have to do every back. But again, that was sometimes the labor some works, but it's not have it all about that's paperwork. But again, once we have a consistent, they won't be allowed to admit that aren't being about this person media. So that prevent that to happen starting. Not that I'm not, I don't that funding that on second part. Those no more ever yeah, we apply it. Just like you pay labor 8,000, purchase or causes are the city of water. I got to one day with two of me, two of them landlords have on lower, and they some things that we have participants who move in before half the steps continue looking for a unit, and they find another unit, they'll then move out, try to cancel that RPA, and then put in another like a new place. So I have no problem saying I've said it on calls. If I were to if I were to give quadrille rate, it will be, but this isn't all flooded. This, we have a percentage of participants that are gained in the system because they know they're. We have a percentage of participants that truly don't understand everything that they have to turn in, understand the deadlines, if they are missing those deadlines. And to add to that, inspections aren't being done timely. Paperwork is being lost, or paperwork isn't being done efficiently. So you add all those four things together, you have a process that while we're working diligently to fix it, but it does not mean that the things aren't going to go wrong. I get those emails, as Kieran knows, I'm 600 well business. I get those emails just like you all. I turn around and have the conversations with my bill almost a daily basis and say, explain to me why they need to get that. It doesn't excuse anything, but let's not make it seem that people just split from the things, because that's not. Oftentimes, it should be somewhere in between the two issues. And again, by regulation, everyone can get up to 108 days. That's 6 months. Right? I have seen participants, one anecdote, I have seen participants that have reached out to me saying their voucher expired in 2024. Man, in May of 2025, you send me an email about how I go to the take your voucher. They expired in June of 2024. Where have you been the last year? Right? Again, that's anecdotal. That's the one thing here that pops up is holistically, it's not working. It has to. Wherever you want to point with me, it ain't working. It's, yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling overwhelmed because of what we're hearing. You need to admit. Yeah, but that's the both also need to understand my question is that the planning that's done to put in place coordinated crowd that's starting the triangle the argument that was for the but yes that started like within like 2 weeks. So we are monitoring it, and we did have one particular who was on fire and was on fire, but we're hoping that group being checked. So that's another person. Nothing relation training or issue of training that we done in session, so that they are a little bit more comfortable. It needs a system also that estimate to use to get it up to that time wasted before it's efficient. That's the is good. We good? Well, we don't want to let you off the hook. I'm saying, we are waiting. So, and we are not just the best, not fine, the rest of it. We are coming up with the best right view. We need to software. So we are our goal is to over top on yes, our newspapers. We see the passion out there in the air, so we appreciate that the goal. Thank you. Really. We'll look around direct. So we want to hold out the church name for we made got exercise was work. But the watching your stuff. Then we also have a we're based on Florida and second road call Commissioner Potter. Yes. Commissioner Townsend. Is your Washington, is your Chair Globe. Yeah. Second item is May 2025 fourth frames for the accept. The motion for second, roll call, Commissioner Potter. Yes. Commissioner Council. Yes. Commissioner Washington. Yes. Commissioner Chairman Wilson. Yeah. Yes. I understand. Resolution for annual central maintenance each 25260601 with the office of the village board commission authorized the on-site CAE necessary corrections of shoveler and landscape not some by 8 July 10th, where this for 2 years, not 1 year, 100 per year. Options to indicate expression in this 1 year term. Why doesn't not see I do without one business dollars? It said 4 years ago. This commercial question. These providers that we go down in different sections once through the hour, or maybe some of the old code look at that earlier. So I have our user, I'm just going to take out the breakdown, so yes, they are already now. Myself. Good. The next question, you have to say, overlap outside the price of the bus for both redundance, so rock makes that first cycle. A section of south section fail, like, yes, and water down towards the place. That's what gave us like that. We have someone actually going and inspecting of the facility after I got no, so that's why right we started with this the project before. So whether the previous setup was the vent planks and that slips. So you go out grass, not shrubs, and never this one was properly verified to look the stuff. They get slips off all again. This starts with well, break this out. When they go to a site, we contact them at the office, let them know the schedule, provide them both days in December, and then I'll print up schedule from back. So we like last few cuts, we actually need to move about this is stream on going out there. I've heard some arguments about they're not cleaning up, they cut it, they draft on the work. That's one thing that they're not gonna tolerate. Cut the grass, clean it afterwards. Yeah, that's be a little more accountable. That's why there'll be slips, so prevention of something slipping on. So if you walk back to oversight water, like it was started to not everything, but that's how. So that is really possible for this thing property. So with the vendor, when I post it, well, and give them completions of the land. So my offers and tariffs, they usually use super percent. But no grass is supposed to be cut and garbage like that. Where's well, on it? Yeah, if we read that, they're not fair. Okay, but it's not pretty scientific. So what? So. You familiar with these people? So we're talking about previous visit. The end of the lines company and the currently going grass that right now. An option would occur once grass that losses, but immediately no shoulder. Michelle, we don't be able to talk about you. This year, so Central Ave, one of the option ones we got right on the Washington and up. Washington, right about the boardwalks where it's on where they go where they just like oh they got a bigger room all time. What was up? Like all your pay, so the manager comes for Saratoga, trying to pass. It's like that's what we get this list. All right, George. We will be checking on. We will. Thank you. I checked Friday. I stand where we're and I drive around the city and I send text message communication to staff about property that was cut where it wasn't done very well. I checked the water on that riverside yesterday. I thought the bushes and windows. So you have to inspect what you expect. So I get up and do, so I do the expect matrix to the because scared me like me. So with the car we're concerned so far, are you all right with it? I have done all those things. I'll give them some grace to adjust so they understand the expectation. So what do we want to do with it? Do we want to vote on it or do we want to give it a grace? Well, they can't. We have to go on the street. Well, right now we got to go a small yellow, so they're around the scene, right? So we can see what's but to get them to make sure that they want everything on a consistent basis, we got covered. So we got to give them. This was prior to 2 years. So what have we got now? You got to turn. Yeah. All right. Motion. Second.
Second.
Yeah, we'll walk ready first. Mr. Thompson. Yeah. Mr. Watt. Yeah. Mr. Hoff. Yeah. Sheriff. Thank you. We go each 2526002. You're out the way fourth commissioner is at the sale of an upward share interest in GK Recreation LLC, bar goes to the Philip. And we have request to go on. Yeah, 9. Yeah. So GKB out to water and no, they're going to have a different managing partner for the member. No, it's more like a changing investor as opposed to the owner. The owner's not, but the doctor was changed. That's now you're allowed 75,000 people at occasion. The payments go to that only no, it's there. So the owner remains the same. You go in preservation, but it's the owner, and it'll stay. A little down where is that rack and stood. There's an owner, and the owner has a sole member. And the opposite people, yes, it's one matter. We're not extending it, but we'll just ensure that 75,000 is still in place under anything in the offer authority to see. But that's what was the ultimate. Lollipop or lollipop was 2, lollipop was 3. The self-picked out of this, Eric, not the second thing that why does it like to put doesn't extend it time? This was Eric Ultra, the first concept, right? The 2017 after Wells with my hair wet where it expired to 20 by the 7. They have the answer here. There was a 15-year contract, and it was selling 170. But that's it. No. No. Over is not moved there the rest of the people so the new owner is to team down the group of one say that they access on in giving their ownership interest into impact some. I understand there is I did the table with I want us all be on the same page that will sum up the constellation smile take how that I know they have like all standing rights outside of what that they're doing. That no, from our perspective, all we need that we don't have 75 vouchers up on the table that can take that all do some of the upgrades so what they need that they need services that access the dollar. But this about like Russia or what's happening over there now right now. Once in apartments, upgrading apartments, issue that they have in apartments. So me first, I'm not trying to make light of this. Is what it is. I completely agree with you. But this one is not necessarily about the doctors. It's about our the house and doings ownership interest in one of one aspect of the process. I'm not sure how we go about empowering the new ownership interests in the markets and the last time on to allow them to class in the work. That is, we sit there with bring the mid motion and beautiful stuff around the back. Both people. I like most accept target. Mission Party, most disabled. We get down to the gap. Lots of yeah. There's our op. Yes. Most big. Ops. That was there. We got from 90 up to community. Well, I was breaking a little bit short of the match in the sports actually. I think it also is 252600 the Android was official upline. I could be necessary questions with MX technology, what rates were solved with outreach application for banking, check the approval, housing system payments, rental adjustments, as well as housing was provide standards for the services associated with the application. Work housing delivery by cost of $42,976 to be present for 1 year option to review. Special about work housing delivery or issue of 1 year terms or aggregate contract not opposite plan that we like $87 or 5 years. This is the software that this is was talking about. Which when's the touch on the speed. It's in the court session. The idea is to use the cloud-based ecosystem so that everything is processed. People get box once it's more because it makes and we're able to see where things are in your system. That's what we have call people want response. Or not really adequate rating, we're able to see what documents are there, so we know people learn most.
Right.
Look, more like Bishop Harden,
Yes.
Bishop Dumpton, yeah, Bishop look who shared Watson,
Yeah.
Bishop Hop, yeah, that's just was that's not one sort of that he us is you know this that question about some current option, yeah, we have 75 all of us active, we know all of them are active. We even have 75 partners about, but can't say not like that, how many others. I can't think that's the honest question of. Yeah, I'm asking, so that us, we have a survey, with the residents who are in some of these facilities, that allows for their personal apartment was very, we can get, we do that, have no problem. That's my concern, no, not concern, historical information, like the had conversations, I've had conversations with their colleagues years ago that I referenced to the house that not what the Jamie has our vouchers. They were attempted to pull the voucher out. It was significantly pushed that because they were arguing with like 35 voucher, not the boots. So we're not a part of things for being with you, but we don't. It's great. It is some conditions, not just a sort out. But didn't do that is balance. Action about will win, make sure yes, that's what matters with our books. What's not great ball? But we will do that as directed. I will have a conversation with UCD staff tomorrow morning to go on the will send a letter out to those individuals. You also then answer survey to guide on how it's well. Well, human resources each 25 through 606 or 1 resolution that we were constantly through for the commissioner who they adopt the local question. Yes, anything in the handbook what you say that were certain item maybe it was more it is not for emotion with some language kind of daily work like it was journals with about them they know what's wrong with those games
So pretty grand question. Those items are not included in changes. I will ask to hear them down. If she's done it for those items, I have to go with the commission.
they know it last week I was in the football to break down items where like while doing it about we were just looking for who I am characters which you all was that was it I don't know correct it will
So we're voting on is a list that I gave you last week. So the items that were on those are the only items we're supposed to
but it grab motion that there Commissioner Carter, Commissioner Council, yeah, Commissioner Watt, yeah, Commissioner Hawk, yeah, Chairwoman, yeah. Finance, 825-260-0605, you were on certified, the we've got fiscal compliance audit for the year in December, but that was last month we had the bond. Last month, our auditor, reading commissioners, that's what our auditor, will grant you guys conversation, their appeal audit, 2023 audit. And so we're here tonight, review back to clarify that we were in the audit, that was given to you. For this year, in the 12/31. We're excited to review if you got that therapy to do that. Repentance. Then wonderful over. Second. Bishop Carter.
Yes.
Bishop Thomas. Yes. Bishop Watson. Yes. Bishop Hunt. Yes. Yep. Okay. Right, you know, there's that 100 I don't think they're noting for 1 second out of the office. Yes, get last item is H25-260-606 starter. Listen to the repository reports. And then I will overwhelm the last 8 for the chiefs. And that's
Yes, absolutely. Good evening. Let's take class that will allow us to break the GP line as part of itself, which to allow breaks to the evidence. And the goal of this particular document is to provide portable internet, provide the service provide free and offer new service, literacy classes to all seniors that have. So we have three components. First component is to allow seniors that take free internet. The second component is to allow them to see the service license. And the third component is also to allow literacy. And the amount of the grant is $1,421,995. We now apply for the grant of June 6th, and the announcement being August.
how much is the door for?
$1,421,995.
And will serve the functionality of the education that our design would
It will serve the CD. All the seniors.
Wi-Fi connected.
Yes.
Put it in our double box
Yes.
at some point, we charge the pipe.
After the land of the grant is completed. And we are assuming that the price of Wi-Fi is between $10 and $12 for about 2 years.
But at some point, before facilities, that number was gone.
That number will be zero because the grant will cover that. And it will subsidize for the one.
And then after the one is in marginalized price, if the seniors select a city Wi-Fi service.
Absolutely.
And has that pricing back.
I don't know.
And it's just Wi-Fi.
It's still Wi-Fi grants.
So this is the same grant program vehicle that we used before was for the next who they don't suck. Post roughly during COVID, pre-COVID, right? So the collaboration we're investing your We have to be the leader on the black goods. It was specifically designed for communications. Yeah. But it worked out. That's right. Yeah. So in collaboration with Newark bonds to those second phase of the grant. So just like person, we give it to you for 2 years for free. Now when the grant expires, that's when you're going to have a free assembly and say, hey, if you want to change your internet, it's $20, $40, $6. Yeah, but so this and that, it's not the best around that first time. Yeah, we're gonna let's stop this. Exactly. Yep. And that's why we're trying to make sure that we stress to people this time that it's free for a period of time, and then there is a cost. The refurbished equipment to save on refurbishing computers and devices to get the rest. We're going to that. Mr. Carter? Yes. Mr. Thompson? Yes. Mr. Watson? Please start. Chairman? Yeah. Thousands. That includes all our solutions for this for me. Very good. If no other reasons, it's your one. Good boy. We're in there. Frankly, I think I need a motion. I'm like Mr. One, I got to get on down the road. Commissioner Logan, Commissioner Thompson, yeah. Commissioner Washington, yeah. Commissioner Hahn, yes. We're going to be able to report to Chairman. Yeah.